Hello, everyone, and welcome to ArcaKnights, a Power Rangers actual play series here on the Initiative Order. I am Will, or ArcLight Court, or along the internet, and joined with me tonight is 6 Rangers like we had last episode. So happy to have our special guest back with us. We'll go around, have everybody introduce themselves and what Ranger they are playing before we dive into tonight's episode. And we will start with Alec.
Hello, everyone. I am Alec, or Alec the Bard, across the internet, TTRPG, content creator, and professional ballroom dancer, and I am playing Peter, the Red Ranger?
Question mark?
Not for very long.
Brandon.
I'll kill you.
You can try.
Oh my god. Hello everyone, it is I, Brandon O'Brien. I am a poet, writer, and game designer from Trinidad and Tobago, and tonight I'll be playing Marcia Ambrose, the pink ArcaKnight Ranger.
Yeah. Javante.
Howdy, everyone. I'm Javante, a resident TTRPG goblin, and tonight I'll be playing Dior, the black ArcaKnight Ranger.
Krimsin.
Hey y'all, I'm Krimsin Galaxy. That is Krimsin, because I'm not me without a little bit of sin. My pronouns are they, them, she, and they, and today I'm playing Gina, the Yellow Ranger.
Our special guest, Chris.
Hello, I'm your new god. I am Chris, also known as Hamasamakun on all social media platforms. I'm playing Schrodinger, the vaguely purplish phantom ranger, I think. He's got cat ears, that's all I know.
Cat ears are important. Our wonderful tech and moderator here for the evening, Pluto.
Everyone, I'm Pluto. My pronouns are she, they, and I am playing Frankie Oliver, the green ArcaKnight Ranger. Pronouns he, they.
And I, once again, am Will. I will be the grid master for Power Rangers, the tabletop role-playing game tonight. And I can't wait to see you all enjoy this story of ArcaKnights at Power Rangers actual play series. As we start tonight's episode, as the anger consumed Peter, drawing on the dark energy of the Morphing Grid, he releases a burst of power from the Oathbreaker form in a move known as Shattering the Grid. In doing so, he fell unconscious, seeing only in those brief moments the collapsing of his friend Dior. Peter. As darkness settles over your vision, a singular multicolored beam of light carries across your sight. Flashes of your mother in maroon armor, wielding Excalibur alongside other knights. Another flash of your father holding only an old key and a note you never read. As an 8-year-old version of yourself rounds the corner. A myriad of voices speak in unison to you. When a hero falls from grace, all the myths and legends of them are uncovered. Arturian child, dragoon of the Morphing Grid, You are worthy. But your pride has tainted your presence. Be still and put your faith in those who have carried faith in you. And as those echoes carry through your vision, you feel your body being pulled up into like a seated position before they open. You hear the voice of Dior. Brother, please be okay. Before a shaky embrace of your body and a flash of light fills the power chamber. For the rest of you who witnessed what had occurred, seeing Dior helped and carried by Gina and Frankie from the medbay table across to Peter's unconscious body, raising him up and holding him into an embrace, the room flashes a bright white light. You begin hearing all of the whirls and clicks. The lights within the power chamber start to raise back again. The floor panels that had been wrenched from the ground that formed Caliburn in the Oathbreaker Paladin ArcaKnight form reform and place themselves back as the power chamber and the morphing grid has reconnected back. What would you like to do?
I think Frankie's just making sure Peter is settled and just kind of assessing the chamber as everything comes back on. Do like a quick walkthrough after I make sure Peter's good, make sure everything's looks like it's running. I mean, Frankie doesn't know how this shit works. I'm just gonna do like a visual check and see if everything's good from what I know.
Looking over it, just giving it like a periphery check, you can see a lot of the gauges are starting to like they slam out to the far end and then reorient to whatever position that they're meant to be when everything is in operating capacity.
Yeah, Frankie just walks by and stares. Like, I think that's right. I'm looks normal. It's probably good.
I think Gina is actually pacing back and forth across the room, just like glancing down at Peter. And just you can tell there's a lot on her mind, and she is like teetering between the edge of anger and compassion. And she is just like looking down at him, contemplating what she's going to say.
Okay. Marcia, what are you doing?
I think Marcia hasn't moved since this has happened. And is also looking down at Peter, but like less sure about whether I wanna like do a thing. I just wanna observe the situation because a lot has happened, obviously.
Dior, you begin to feel the Eltarian cybernetic portions of your body begin slowly awakening, slowly coming back online. It's fully aware that it went into full shutdown, and so it isn't jumping right back to fully operational, so as to avoid shock to the natural human body. So it's slowly whirling, and as each thing passes its own like performance
Diagnostic check.
evaluation
Yeah.
and diagnostic, then it starts moving up in power until as you feel Peter come to consciousness, everything has now clocked in and is in operating status.
I think everything's fine. I'll just take a bit for my brain to it's not so much that he's struggling, but it's like when he moves, he has to like jerk back into place. So just I think everything is back to processing normally.
Am I awake or am I
You-
still?
You are conscious. And that would have been what you heard coming to consciousness was Dior's like stuttered and glitched speaking.
How much do I remember?
All of it.
Lovely.
But it felt
Um,
like you weren't in the driver's seat.
Right.
Like the
Right.
last week and a half, you've been observing and not actually the one interacting or carrying out the actions.
You got yerked. That's fucked.
I think like once I'm fully conscious, Peter will just kind of almost jumpstart, like kind of like awake, you know, those like Matrix wake ups, and just be like, oh, okay, yeah, and I'll check on Dior first. Are you good?
I'm alive. Are you okay?
Yeah. Now that I am in the driver's seat again, yes. Yes. I am so sorry. And he'll just kind of like look around at everybody and just I don't have a great explanation beyond. Was there a moment where I like Peter remembers arc where like I was kicked to the passenger seat?
When you put the jacket on and had been wearing it every day for almost a week and a half.
Why, Iota, you dangled cool clothes in front of me. You can't do that. You'd be like, since I wore that, am I still wearing the jacket?
You're still wearing it.
Fucking, I'm gonna tear that thing off and chuck that across the room. Ever since I put that on, I have not been, I don't know how to explain it. Myself, I guess?
Those of you who watched what had occurred when Shatter the Grid was used, that black smoking negative energy that was pooling off of Peter when he fell unconscious, you could see when he throws that jacket across the room, that's no longer coming off of Peter. It's like now densely pouring out of the jacket over and over and over again.
Yeah,
before it,
okay.
like,
I don't
dissipates
like
a few
that.
inches off.
I'm gonna cast something at that. Kind of like make a bubble appear around it or some shit. Like I'm gonna do a spellcrafting roll.
All right, give me a spellcrafting roll.
It's
I
a
am
D,
assisting.
it's a D6, right?
Yep, and you have edge from Marcia assisting.
That is a 24 with a crit on the specialization dice.
That's what we like to hear. With Marcia's assistance to the spell itself, you're able to form, and you see the morphing grid almost manifest into these like large star leaves and begin to like almost macrame themselves together, weaving into one another, creating this sphere over the top of that jacket, gathering all of the dark essence before the final bit enters and a final leaf attaches to the base, and then it just slowly sets itself to the ground.
I would not touch that.
Yeah, I kind of got that. Thanks. Are you good now?
I think so. Am I? How do I feel, Arc?
There is a pain in your heart. There is a pain in your mind. There is a pain in your being that you watched all of these things happen and occur and did nothing. You watched. There wasn't even like a fight. There wasn't a I need control back.
Mhm.
You understood the thoughts, you understood the attempts to get you to accomplish the goal that you were attempting to accomplish, that it's almost like you wanted to see if it would actually play out, like if it would actually work. But seeing your friends go through what they went through and knowing that even as powerful as you believe yourself to be, you didn't make an attempt to be their leader
Right.
in those moments.
Right.
So it's not so much a physical pain as much as it's manifesting as a physical pain.
Peter will just kind of look at the ground for a second and look up slowly back to Frankie and say, well, I think I need to be honest with you all. For a start. I didn't want this, you know that. I didn't want to be this, but once I tasted it, once I felt how good it made my busted up leg feel and made me feel like I could do all the things I used to be able to do, I wanted all of the benefits without any of the responsibility. And I put you all in great danger, at great risk. And I know at this present juncture, words probably mean jack shit. So, if you'll still have me, I'd like to show you that I mean it and that I am here for the team and for our mission and not for myself.
On that note, I think Gina's gonna speak up a little bit. I understand what you're saying, and yeah, you definitely did fuck up. I still care about you. I'm pretty sure everyone else does too. But you acting like that has corroded all of my faith in you as a leader, and you have to take responsibility for gaining that faith back before I will listen to any leadership that you have to offer. And that's just the way it's got to be. Like, I don't necessarily disagree with everything you were trying to do, but the way that you saw a vision and worked endlessly towards it without ever considering the feelings of the people around you. You tried to impose your vision of the world on everyone in the world. And that's not okay.
You're right. You're right. And I will gladly demonstrate. As I said, words are bullshit. But, well, I guess, and I'll kind of just like look at my hands, which are ringless, and I will be like, I don't know how much action, but we'll go from there.
You're ringless, and your phone was shattered when you morphed into the Oathbreaker form.
So, well, maybe it won't be much help. As I look at my busted phone.
Dior, give me a Morphing Grid tech roll.
Oh, but you know how bad I am at these.
It's just so bad.
So bad at these. It's not like it's my favorite thing. Oh my
And as
dice.
you are making this roll, Schrodinger, you have shook hands with a random gentleman in the mall.
It's firm but gentle.
One of the Necronite bracelets on their wrist. I need you to roll a d6 for me.
Yay! Of course. 4.
4.
Did I just kill this guy?
No,
Or
you didn't kill
you
him.
killed citizens.
I killed 4 citizens,
21, by the way.
4 families.
You were aware that you put the Rev Necronite bracelet on this person.
The Rev?
Rev, REV.
Okay.
Mm.
Do
On
I
their-
know
on
what
their
that
wrist.
is?
You know that was the perversion of the Turbo Super Sword
Oh no.
of the Red Turbo Ranger
Oh no.
on this person's wrist.
Who hired this guy?
Schrodinger's laughing. Chris is a little panicked, but Schrodinger's laughing.
And what food did you get at the mall before you teleport back?
Oh, just everything. I got like a whole buffet to bring back to the Rangers here. I wanted to really bury the hatchet.
So one of the
As-
full trays, but it's got like
Yeah, like
a
burgers,
smorgasbord.
fries, some like tacos or something. I just kind of walk in, like fry currently in mouth, and just be like, "So what you guys up to?"
As Schrodinger appears within the power chamber.
21.
Dior, you are aware through the residual energy left by the morphing mother. Peter's essence, his being, is still tethered to the red ArcaKnight spectrum. If you put another ring and another grimoire in his hand, you could make it become the red ArcaKnights morpher. The only one that you are aware of currently that is untethered, because they haven't morphed as often as the rest of you. They have not accessed that portion of the morphing grid magic as the rest of you have, is Valsas. But it could be done.
There's not like a way for. What I know of a way, or can I think of a way to untether another morphing grid energy?
You about to steal my shit?
All of the other morphers within this area have already been actively tethered. The blue Jiraiya ArcaKnight Ranger was forcibly morphed when they accepted the power, but has not morphed themselves with the ring and grimoire. So it is the only one that is not tethered.
Okay, Dior, your brother or your girlfriend?
Not if I
Damn.
steal that shit too.
Dior has been very silent because he is quite genuinely processing this, and it's taking a little bit longer for a few reasons. But he's going to look over to Marcia and Frankie like, I want to hear your opinion in the same way I heard Gina's before I make any basis. And also, I'm assuming I see Schrodinger up here with food, and there's just this moment of
The French fry in Schrodinger's mouth is like the perfect consistency of crispy, but it has that like hang to it.
Yeah, Frankie will
yeah.
gesture for Marcia to go first and go get some food.
You guys hungry?
I'd grab the first thing on the tray and just stand next to Schroeder while I wait for Marcia to give their opinion.
So a lot of character development going on. I see a bit of smiles and a bit of not morphing, but that's a personal issue.
I turn to Dior and roll my eyes.
Dior just nods.
And then I turn to Peter and can I summon my Fey Windbow?
Yes.
Cool.
Fair enough.
I summon it. I don't summon any energy arrows. I just summon it, and I raise it as if I'm about to strike you, and I charge at you.
Peter won't move.
Dior gets out of the way.
Frankie's about to take a picture, or no, Schrodinger's about to take a picture.
And then I stop. like an inch from your head. What you did was messed up. And I think I speak for the rest of us when I say I am indescribably angry. And then I bring the bow down to like chest level, and then I hold it towards Peter. But if there's one thing that is obviously true about this entire weird mess that we're in, it's that something bigger and more important than us shows us to be a team. And what you did just now was not very team oriented. And we're going to have a conversation and a half about that. But you're still a member of this team. So if that means we need to help you deal with whatever's going on in your head or in that jacket, so you can be a part of this team again, we should do it. But from now on, there is a rule. And that is, no one here speaks for anybody else but themselves. We're a group. We trust each other. In the last several weeks, we actually have grown to like each other, I think. So we should actually make decisions together. Especially because this sucks. But it sucks for more people than just the 5 of us.
Understood.
Marcia's right. Honestly, a leader is someone that takes into the account the opinions of an entire team and makes the best decision based on everyone's feelings. They don't make a decision, justify it to themselves afterward, and force that decision on other people.
You're right.
Frankie will walk over and put a hand on your shoulder. Like I told evil, messed up Peter, you're not a dictator, you're a leader. Means you take our opinion and then you lead from the front with us behind you, not run off on your own.
Oh, speaking of evil, messed up, there's like a thing happening down at the mall. In case you guys maybe want to deal with that. Frankie or Schrodinger keeps like eating.
I very slowly, very angrily tilt my head towards Schrodinger.
You say the mall, and I looked at the lunch tray in your hands, and I looked back up. Okay.
Is he I wasn't really talking to you before, but aren't you here to help us?
He's here to be
I'm here to help the Morphing Grid. You guys seem to be having some issues here and there, but like I think overall my job is being done pretty well.
Oh my god.
And the mall
Can I
has
just
nothing to do
say-
with you.
Mall has absolutely nothing to do with me.
We have like a monitor in here, right? Can I like bring up what's happening at the mall? It's like
Nothing
we have like
is
a viewing
currently-
thing or anything?
the viewing
within
globe.
The power chamber would give you access to anything like that. That was in the command center itself, but with that destroyed, there is no viewing globe within the power
Gotcha.
chamber.
Can I use
Okay.
my viewing iPhone and
As
does my
this,
morpher have that capability? Can I show them what's going on?
oh, through the looking glass, absolutely you could. But before you do
Looking at
that,
this tube.
Gina, your phone goes off, and it's a video call.
What the? All right, let me set up a quick background real quick so they can't see the chamber and answer.
You see Bone, frantic, covered in a cold sweat, running through the mall with reddish black energy pulling off of his chest, like obfuscating his face every once in a while, pulling over.
Oh no.
You put
Some
it on
help.
my fucking crush.
I need
Come
help.
on.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. I need help. I'm running. You're the only person I could think to call. Ranger Point, you helped me there. I don't know who else to ask. And then you hear him like groan in pain before the phone falls on the floor, and you see the like battle patch jean pants and like Doc Martin boots that he was wearing as he's running away from the video, and you can see more of that reddish black smoke pouring off of his body.
As he's running off, I yell into the receiver, hoping that he can still hear me, and say, "Help's on the way, just hold strong." And then I turn to the crew and, all right, okay, y'all remember Bone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their name is
Something's-
Bone?
Yeah,
You hush.
yeah. Fuck you. Just shut up and don't. We need to get there right now. Like some fucking dark energy shit is coming off of his body and it's taking him over, and he needs help immediately. We have to go.
Okay. We can go. Are you coming to help us or not? And I turn to Schrodinger. Are you just gonna watch?
You say that like I haven't helped before. I helped you in that last fight. In
That's
fact,
not,
I ended that fight. I was so helpful.
That's
that
Either
does
way.
not help.
Well-
Really, you seem to have a real good handle on that one.
Okay, well, if there's an issue,
Are
we
you
should probably
going to help
go.
us
Am I going to help you?
and not
Um,
kill him?
Are you all right?
Everything is setting.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
That's technically what happened.
Oh, have you tried doing it again?
Oh my
Help
god.
or not?
You need to get an SSD installed. That way you boot up faster.
Maybe your cooling system is out of date.
Frankie just shakes their head, sighs, links the morphing grid, quick morphs, and teleports out.
Quick
Burger
morph,
in mouth, I'm following
Teleport
Frankie.
out. Yeah.
quick morph is disabled.
Damn it.
Morphing
thing
grid
is
was
busted.
just shut down.
Mhm.
I'm gonna quick morph out of
Okay.
spite.
Fucking Christ. Pull my
Oh
phone
my
out.
God.
Link
Am I
to
able
morphing
to,
grid.
am I able to do anything?
If
ArcaKnights
everyone-
form. Turn the page.
Now,
If everyone's
Dior.
teleporting, yes.
you have an important decision to make.
While that decision is being made, I turn to Peter. You may not be the leader, but all of us still need to decide. Are you still a ranger?
Well, and I'll look at my broken phone and no rings and be like, as it stands, I don't know.
Catch up with you guys. Give me a moment.
But that guy needs help and the people in the mall need help. So you guys do what you can and I'll see if I can support from here.
Good,
I think
because that's what rangers do.
I think Gina was already gone as soon as she saw that shit happening. She was gone. She teleported out already.
Teleporting is available. Morphing currently is still offline. Frankie, when you attempted to morph, you can see that there's like a cooldown timer currently going. It says 3 minutes until morphing capabilities are fully accessible.
I'll just shrug and teleport there. I can fight out of form. It's fine.
Okay.
Or at least for a bit.
Am I also affected by this, or can I morph?
No, you're good.
Fuck yes!
You
I'm gonna
have a-
show up. I'm gonna show up morph just out of spite.
The first time we're all morphed and he's not morphed fighting. Now it's just switched.
I'm so mad. I teleport.
Alrighty. So Marcia, Frankie, Gina teleport to Angel Grove City Mall. Dior, Schrodinger, and Peter are the ones left in the power chamber.
Peter, your connection to what you are as a Red Ranger isn't severed.
Oh,
Yeah, it's right here.
But you would need a new connection line. And there is one untethered Ranger line that can be connected to it.
all right.
Which would mean that I'm just going to look over to where I know she is.
She's already
She-
started walking towards you and has put a hand on your shoulder.
She would have to
during-
give up being a Ranger.
Once the other three had left, you felt a telepathic connection to you. It says, "You're greater than the great you were meant to be." Before she puts a hand on your shoulder.
You said you didn't want to be a Ranger. Do you want to help people?
Yeah. I mean, I gotta help clean up this mess.
Being a Ranger helps people. Look up. Have you always wanted to be a Ranger?
I like books way too much.
Everyone else has been really hard on you. Look back over to Peter.
I mean, rightfully so. I did try to kill you all like 5 minutes ago.
You successfully killed me.
Well,
I need you to prove to me that you can be our leader.
and how do you want me to do that?
Do you want to be a Ranger?
Yeah.
Looks back up and looks at the ring. Then I need you to make this worth it.
I will.
I'm going to, eyes not leaving her, take off the ring. And I'm going to hold it out.
I will take it. And then
The
now what?
aquamarine gem within the ring, as almost like instantly when it comes into contact with your hand, you watch it like a rose blossoming within water. The blue starts to petal and become the red.
We have around 2 minutes and 30 seconds before we can morph.
Well, is my phone fixed?
You can fix it.
Hold out my hand for the phone.
I'll hand it over.
All right, Chiron, I need your help.
Already here.
And I'm going to try to fix the phone, at least to get it to be on.
Give me that Morphing Grid tech roll.
Technology has never failed me before.
Schrodinger, with your 21 streetwise, moving around the power chamber as this is occurring, you do find the
Please be the
turbo morpher
replacement.
keys.
Ooh.
Inactive though they are, if you could figure out which one, because all the keys look the same, And without their energy signature applied to them, it's hard to differentiate. If you could figure out which one was the red Turbo Ranger key, you could literally like put the key in and turn the Necro Knight off and sap that red spectrum energy back to the light side of the Morphing Grid.
Oh.
So you have 5 of the Turbo
Shit.
Ranger morphing keys currently on you.
They have a label
17.
maker in the power chamber?
You not that you could see.
17.
17. You watch as Chiron's energy moves through your hands into the broken arcane grimoire phone. And you could see the black morphing grid energy reconnecting some of the broken glass, restructuring the frame, trying to reconnect all of the broken pieces within. When you see a small bit of red morphing grid energy like pool over the top of the smashed in screen as it slowly begins to take form of a beaten, bruised, burned, bleeding Cinder.
Hey, Cinder.
Hey, buddy.
He turns towards Dior, nods for a second, and then with broken wings, he attempts to fly towards Peter. This small, could fit in the palms of your hand, tiny drake
I'll just try to give him a place to land.
fumbles through the air until he lands in your hand.
Sorry about that, bud.
He nuzzles into your palm, the hand with the ring on, and you can see some of the red energy start to move through his form. And you see the wings start to reorient back into place. Some of the cuts and scars, the burning starts to fade as he slowly begins to grow and grow until he comes back to his normal form.
All right, Chiron, I'm feeling suboptimal, but how am I looking?
You look great, bud. You look fit as a fiddle.
Let's go actually be heroes for once. Yeah?
See how it goes. And I will, before I teleport, I'm going to turn to Schrodinger, who I'm assuming is just rummaging through a box or something.
He's
Very
got
much just-
he's got
just,
keys.
like,
He's got
digging
keys in
through
his
stuff.
hand, like turned around with keys in his hand.
Hi.
I'm sorry for the way I treated you. You're
Look at
here to
that.
help us.
I think for the first time since he's been here, Schrodinger actually looks kind of off guard and is just kind of giving you that like head tilt that a cat does of like, huh.
I fucked up, and I'm gonna go make up for it. But thank you for your help, however chaotic it may be.
You know, the Morphing Grid doesn't make mistakes. As Schrodinger fucking zips out with the keys and probably some burgers.
We'll say you got a burger off of it because you're still holding all 5 of those.
Just take the whole
power
thing with me.
keys. You're like, this is what I needed.
This was so much more dramatic in my head. I'm sorry as I leave.
It's just an awkward teleport. All right.
God, I hate him.
All right. And then I'm gonna teleport it away.
You'll look over to her. It's one hand salute and teleport.
You see, just before you teleport away, she opens the large grimoire in the center of the arcane plexus. And you can see there's like this visual glyph that moves in front of it and she now has eyes on the mall and is like watching everything that's transpiring at this point in time. And just before you teleport away through the communicator, you hear, "I'll be your eyes."
So cute.
Gina, Marcia, and Frankie,
Oh God.
Yep.
as the camera settles into the chaos spewing and running through the food courts within the Mall of Angel Grove, you see Bone is like curled in a ball next to the carousel in the center of the food court, with this red and black smoke pooling off of his body. And he's like, every once in a while there's a violent like spasm out, like he's trying to fight against the smoke and push it away or throw it off of him, and it's just still pouring and pouring and pouring onto him.
Gina just runs forward. She just runs forward to him and starts talking to him loudly enough that he can hear her over what I assume is loud smoke for some reason. It just feels like it's very loud. And she's like, Bone, I'm here. Are you okay? What's going on?
He is writhing in pain. There isn't enough breath between him trying to fight against this for him to even get words out. And he sees you, and you can see there's like pleading in his eyes that he's happy you're here, but he wishes you weren't, because he doesn't know what's happening. He has no idea what's going on. Give me an alertness check. And if you have investigation, you can use that for the specialized role.
8.
You can't see what's causing any of this. You just know that there's dark morphing grid energy that is pouring into him. It looks to anybody observing like this is just like the exhaust of a diesel truck pouring out of him, but in actuality that smoke is materializing around him and then pouring into him in reverse.
I think I look back over my shoulder at Marcia and Frankie, and I just say out loud, I don't know what this is gonna do, but if it changes me, do whatever you have to stop me. And she's just gonna go right up to him, and she is going to try to use magic to draw that energy out of him and into herself.
Just one of you in the face. I guess I can punch Gina next.
With a 6, give me one more alertness roll. Frankie and Marcia, you begin hearing war drums.
Great.
But these sound denser and followed by if you could make a trumpet or a war horn sound guttural, like it's being played from within a large creature's throat, accompanying these war drums.
Yeah.
Both of you give me alertness rolls. Gina, what did you get?
20 total.
20 total. There are way too many people watching what is happening for you to be able to access as much of the morphing grid magic to be able to try and siphon any of this. Like the fail safes within your grimoire won't allow you to access it with all of these people still in this area.
Earned a story point because I rolled shit on the d20. I rolled a
Okay.
I rolled a 4 on the d4, and that made it a 23 with a crit on the d4. The alertness roll now. The story point.
I rolled an 18.
Alrighty. So both of you see that Gina is like trying to cast this spell, is going to get ready to do this, and even with you realizing the sounds and things that are going on in the area, you also realize there are way too many civilians here. And the timer for the morphing grid to allow you guys to morph is still about 2.5 minutes away. But you're starting to see from the columns within the food court, and even the tiled floor with the grouting and everything, are starting to break and crumble into each other and start forming Draugr.
Just old-fashioned way. I'm just gonna run up to where the nearest one is forming and get ready to punch it in the face as it forms.
Okay. Gina, what are you doing? Or Marcia, what are you doing?
I muttered to myself, this is a terrible idea. And then so there are still civilians in this space, right?
Yes.
I call out for some of the civilians to like follow me towards one of the walkways to usher as many folks out of the mall as possible that are still fleeing.
So into like one of the work, like employee corridors that aren't seen
Yeah.
by the public. You're just like, take this way, it's the fastest exit. Kind of. Okay. Give me a persuasion roll with edge.
Aha. Edge is good. I like that. Eee. 17.
17. Okay. You were able to essentially get everybody who wasn't already running out and seeing like all of this black smoke pouring out of this random person to like, hey, focus up over here, something bad's happening, emergency services are on their way, let's get out of here before anything bad happens. And they move and motion down towards that corridor. It's probably going to take about 30 or so seconds for all of them to get out that way, but they are all moving away. Gina, you see the very recently familiar beginnings of the red necronite armor starting to form on bone.
With all of these people around and nothing I can really do about it, I'm just going to try to appeal to the bone that is bone, the bone that is Damien, rather, beneath the armor.
You're
and
in
I
a
think
public
she's
place,
just
Gina.
going. I think she's just going to like continue approaching and just like hold him and comfort him. I think she's just going to like reach out, pull him close into a hug, and just say, I'm here with you, Damien. It's okay.
Give me a persuasion roll.
22?
22. You see for a second the spasming stops, and he looks you directly in the eye. Get out of here.
I can't do that.
Before a guttural scream from the deepest parts of his lungs, from the lowest portions of his diaphragm, rips through his throat, that black smoke pulling over his head. And when it comes back down, the red Necronite is now looking you directly in the face. Frankie, Marcia. Frankie, specifically at this moment, the Draugr that begins forming and pulling out of the column in front of you, you see is not what the Draugr appeared as before. These have full sets of armor. You can see these like markings of runes over it, almost like it's been empowered, like they've been given more than they were initially given before. The sword that comes out from the side is fully sharpened, a Zweihander, with the curves and waves within the blade. The armor is full and held, untarnished, not dirty or damaged with holes or rust or decay. But the Draugr form within the armor is still this undead-like creature. Make your attack roll.
Can punch armor, right? That's fine.
You could certainly try. Would never tell you no.
Let's see if I can go higher on the D4. So it's gonna be a 17 to hit.
17 total.
Yeah.
Just hits.
Okay. Civilians are moving away, right?
Yes, most of the civilians have already headed towards the area that Marcia is in, with the corridors open
Okay.
that they're running down.
Then I will choose to make this. Yeah, I'll choose to make this poison damage.
Okay, and that does 3 points of damage altogether now.
2.
2 points of damage.
Yeah, my
Okay.
base melee just went up 1. It's my gauntlet. It is 3.
That's what it is. Swinging forward into the large chest plate of this Draugr, of this armored Draugr. You're used to, when you fight Draugr, it normally only takes one hit to take them down. Watch them crumble away, the smoke dissipate off of their form. You break through the armor itself, but don't hit the Draugr inside. As he looks down at your hand, looks back up to you, screams into your face, and then grabs your arm to attempt to grapple you here with them.
Fine. This is fine.
And your current toughness right now, what is that?
My current toughness unmorphed is 18.
18? Okay. That is a natural 20 on the D20
Oh.
with a 1 on both of the dice. I will spend a story point to re-roll my 1 and got a 4 on the D4, so that's a double crit onto Frankie. You are both grappled and you are stunned for 1 round. As when the hand grabs onto your wrist, you can feel that dark energy pooling up your arm as it holds you there, looking you in the eyes.
This is fine. Everything's fine. I did double critted or anything. It's okay. Okay.
Marcia, what are you doing in this moment? You have witnessed the attack that Frankie attempted and the reaction that was taken, as well as Bone becoming the red Necronite while embraced by Gina.
I draw the Feywind bow.
You're gonna summon it?
Yes.
Okay.
And I immediately fire at the jogger that is currently pinning Frankie.
Okay, you get 1 shot. on this. It will be at a snag.
Okay.
So 2d20, take the lowest, still adding your skill dice.
Yeah. Let's see if Roll20 will do this correctly for me and not screw me over. Okay, I got a 10.
You got a 10. Does not hit. Frankie,
Yes.
roll a d20. Roll with disadvantage, just d20s.
Sure.
You're trying to
I'm
beat a
sorry.
10.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's a nat
Natural
one.
You could spend a story point.
But this is the end of the Power Rangers, right? Like
Yeah,
we're done.
I'll spend a story point. You do just re-roll the nat one then, or re-roll
Yep.
the whole roll. Okay.
Reroll the nat one.
11, 12, please. Wow.
I know my team is called Phantom Force, but you don't have to actually be a ghost.
I did better. It's a 2. A 2's good, right? A 2?
Frankie, you take 1 point of damage
Okay.
as the Feywind bow's strike moves over the shoulder of the armored Draugr in front of you and connects into your shoulder. It is at this moment that Dior, Peter, and Schrodinger appear. You have 2 minutes until you can morph.
Except for me.
And at that, we'll take our break.
Ah,
Everybody take-
beans.
I am
10
sorry
minutes.
I shot you, Frankie.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I was here for
Okay.
1.5
Everything's
episodes
okay.
and everything's
I got
going to
this,
shit.
guys. I'll survive.
So
You sure about
fucking
that?
intense. It's
Okay,
so good.
and bye.
welcome back to ArcaKnights, the Power Rangers actual play series here on the initiative order. Oh, we are. Somebody's not in their chair.
Point to this
Someone's in
user. Point at this
trouble.
user. Point at this user.
Someone's in trouble.
Now that everybody's back, we'll dive into.
Did we go
everything
live as
that's
soon as I
going
left?
on.
Yeah, as soon as you left.
My bad.
We're doing great.
Now we'll dive into this. All 6 of the Rangers are presented. 5 of you cannot morph for 2 minutes. 1 of you can. Currently, 4 of these new armored Draugr have appeared within the center of the food court here in the Angel Grove Mall. One of them has Frankie grappled and stunned as Peter, Schrodinger, and Dior appear. What would the 3 of you like to do as you appear?
I want to look every single one of these people in the eye and then morph.
Okay.
I'm fine with this.
Which morphing call are you going to use?
I'm just, we're going to go classic. I'm just going to say it's morphing time, and I'm going to hold out my little morpher thingy.
You guys watch as Schrodinger puts a hand forward and the almost like forearm bracelet, like bracer, moves over Schrodinger's hand and becomes the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers morpher in the center. Sets the hands and yells, "It's morphin' time." As you all see the Cheshire Phantom Ranger morph for the first time. Chris, you want to describe what that looks like?
Oh, it is something else. It almost seems like it's not there. There are parts of it that seem to shift in and out of reality, but it seems pretty similar. It's very standard for a Power Ranger ArcaKnight suit, I guess. There's a cat motif on the helmet. There is this like deep, almost burning darkness behind the eyes, like the visor. And there's just like a tail that's sort of like shifting back and forth. He has his weapons by his side and just like a long scarf. And he's just, after he finishes morphing, he's gonna teleport to, I guess, like maybe one of the like floors above, like one of those like rafter areas, like where people can kind of like look over. And he's
The
just gonna
second floor banister.
Yeah, the second floor banister is just gonna sit there and kind of like look at the food that he brought and the helmet and just be like, huh. Good luck, everybody, as he's gonna take a pot shot at the Draugr just for funsies.
Already make that attack roll with Looking Glass.
I love my weapons so much.
So you're morphing it into the targeting version, the laser one?
Yes.
All right, so that will be a specialized targeting. I don't think I put it on your sheet, but it's a D20, D2, and a D4 roll.
Hell yeah.
And you take the higher the D2 or the D4 to add to your score.
So, 19.
19. You hit, and that deals 2 points of damage and has the armor pierce feature on it. So as you raise the Looking Glass into the lasered form and then fire, you watch as this phantom energy coalesces into the breastplate of it and shatters the breastplate off. And you watch the Draugr buckle behind it and then go to try and stand back up. But the armor has been broken off.
Oh, I have an extra attack.
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna do that again.
Take another shot. Go for it.
I love this so much. A lot above 20. Like the 19 was base.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The second shot connects like through the lower jaw into the throat region of it before shattering and sending its formed body across the floor, the purple and black smoke dissipating away from it. Dior, Peter, what would you guys like to do?
What's around us besides from the chaos of the Draugr and the people?
So there's the carousel that's in the center area of it,
Mhm.
where Gina and the now red Necronite are standing. There is a column about 15 feet away from you that Frankie is standing at, where he's got a Draugr that's essentially like holding his arm to him and keeping him there. And there are two other Draugr that are starting to convene towards you, roughly about 20 to 25 feet away.
And like, what kind of stores are we near?
You're in the food court, so
We're
it's
in the
all the
food court.
different like restaurants, like uh Mr. Donald's and the Sandwich Queen and the Blizzard Wizard and all of these other, normal mall food court places.
Is there a chair?
There's absolutely chairs.
Okay. I am going to grab a chair. And I am going to go over to where Frankie's like basically it's holding his arm. And
Mhm.
I'm just gonna like, so is it like he's got his by the wrist and he's just like holding his hand to his chest like that?
Yeah, Frankie went to go
Okay.
punch into the chest and he punched through the breastplate.
Mhm.
And he is holding that arm that punched him.
Okay, I'm gonna just try to whack one of the arms. I'm gonna just kind of from the I'm going to smack it over the head with the chair.
Alrighty, make that attack roll for me with the chair.
What would I use for this? Would this be
We'll call this a might roll.
okay? Might roll. Da, 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 da. No, and that, and that. What'd I roll? A 10.
10?
Yeah. I got a 4 on the skill die, 6 on the d20, a 10.
Okay. You go to swing this chair down into one of the arms, and you watch the metal frame of it like wrap over the arm of the Draugr that's holding Frankie. And it just turns and looks directly at you, still holding Frankie in place.
Fuck.
Dior, what are you doing?
Can't morph. But you know what? Back to his roots a little bit. Dior is also going to pick up a chair. Now, Peter, you already smacked that chair over the top, right?
Yeah.
My favorite tag team was Edge and Christian Concerto. I'm going to see if I can just clock
Right
to the
into
side
the
with
back?
the chair. Yep.
All right, give me that attack roll. It will also be a might roll.
Frankie's shaking his head a little bit. I did teach Dior how to fight. He still grabs a chair.
You wouldn't say this would technically be a power weapon, would you?
No, not at all.
Okay. I had to try at least. Where's my D6? That's 12.
Similar to what had occurred with Peter, you swing the chair at the back of this Draugr and it folds and wraps around the back. And you watch the left portion of its head break away and turn to look at you.
Oh, what?
That's gross. You're gross.
I was about to say your foot soldiers are gross, guys. Like you couldn't fight the Kelzax or something. I'm still like up on the fucking like
Yep.
banister.
And it's at
Yeah.
this point we'll have everyone roll for initiative.
Shit.
I already paid my taxes.
One of the skills I'm not specialized in.
In taxes?
I'm already...
Fuck. Okay, this dice is done. That's a nat 1 initiative. I'm gonna
Oh,
put
dear
that dice
Lord.
over there.
Cancel
Time
this.
to remember how that works, because
I am also not specialized.
Yours is a D20 plus a D2, Chris.
Yay.
Ah,
14.
I got a 19.
17.
Can.
14.
Marcia, what did you get?
All right, I was muted. I got a 12.
You got a 12? Alrighty. So the initiative order is Gina,
Ah,
Peter, Schrodinger, Marcia, Dior, and then Frankie. Alrighty. With that, you guys are currently a minute away from being able to morph. So that will be this whole first round and halfway into the second round of initiative before you can morph. So we'll start with Gina. What are you doing? You are face to face with the red necronite that is now
Yeah.
inhabiting bone.
And I think, honestly, my action is just going to be the defend action. I am going to take up the space in front of the red necronite and basically just assure that they can't go after anyone else and just like do a one-on-one combat essentially without trying to actually hurt them. But like just filling up that space. That way they have to roll disadvantage or whatever to try to hit me.
They'll roll with a snag to try and hit you, and we'll say even that they will roll with a snag to try to even move away from you, because you are a martial artist. You are aware of how to manipulate yourself or put yourself in a position to block them off. So even if they try to leave the area, they will have a snag on the roll to make to try and leave the area.
Awesome.
Alrighty. Up next, Peter.
so my chair is currently wrapped around its head, right? Or its arm,
It's
or
wrapped
wherever.
around the arm.
Got it. Okay. Wait a second. I can't morph, but I could do this. Dragon spear? Can I summon my dragon spear?
Yes, you can.
God damn it. So I summoned my dragon spear. Because I just realized y'all summoned your bow earlier. I'm gonna summon my spear, and then I'm going to try to I'm gonna stab it in a way that like I'm trying to get its like hand off of.
So like down
Frankie.
through the elbow portion to try and break the hold.
Correct.
Alrighty, go ahead and make
Yeah.
that attack roll for me with your power weapon.
So it could free Frankie from his hold up here. 18.
18?
Yes.
That succeeds.
It's 2 sharp damage.
2 sharp damage. Awesome.
Yes.
So as you summon the dragon spear and then bring it down through the arm, you can see your connection currently is weakened. So there's not as much of that red fire coming from the tip of the dragon spear itself, but you are able to force it through the Draugr arm with the new armor that they seem to have. And as it cuts through the elbow, the inner elbow portion, you drive it down, and it even goes into the chest, like the lower abdomen.
Nice.
And
Nice.
once that connection completes, you watch that Draugr fall to pieces in front of you.
Still got it. I'll just pull the spear back out. Look to Frankie. Are you good?
Frankie looks like he is still stunned. Like there's some effect that is still holding. Some kind of curse, maybe, that came from that grapple.
My eye twitches. You had that question.
I'm gonna start shaking him a little bit. You good?
He's
Come on,
still-
Frankie. Come on. Wait. All right. Well, Dior, he's cursed, I think.
Schrodinger.
Yes. For my turn, seeing as I don't have much of a stake in this fight, I'm just kind of observing. Put together like a nice little playlist. It's just the Power Rangers theme songs on loop. But I think Schrodinger is gonna just kind of like shout down to the others as they're fighting and just be like, "So, what you guys plan? You gonna try to like do some Power Ranger things? Maybe fight a little bit. Maybe morph. I hear morphing is a pretty good option most of the time." This is an open forum. I'd love your input.
Schrodinger, would you like to influence the morphing grid to give them the capability to morph now? Or
No, absolutely not.
okay. All right.
You guys seem to be doing real great on me.
Uh-oh.
I'm just trying to gauge where they're all at, but like nobody's talking. So
Do you want to help Frankie morph? I'm a little stuck right here, buddy.
I'm gonna help Frankie morph.
You're gonna
Yeah.
help Frankie morph? Okay.
You've convinced me.
See, this is why you guys are nice to the new person.
This is why you're nice to the god of the morphing grid.
Give me a D20, D4, D2 roll.
D20, D4, D2.
Mm-hmm. And
Got it. Ooh, natural 20.
ooh, even better. According to your background bond, also you are acting in line with the concept of your oath. So you can re-roll any of the skill die that result in a 1 currently.
Well, I didn't. I got a 20 and then 2 and a 2.
Awesome. All right, so
So,
nat
24.
20 and then a plus one of the twos makes it 22.
Mhm.
So when he's helpful, he gets extra benefits.
Pretty much.
Wow, crazy how that works. Crazy how
That's
that works.
insane. So
He's-
anyway, can I actually delay Peter's transformation by a little bit longer?
we will say no for that currently because this is happening in such a quick span of time. But you are able to, seeing that Frankie was the first one to leap to action, to like physically get involved and protect people, is what made you make that conscious decision. You can morph now, essentially.
Just gonna
And-
teleport down to dear old Frankie boy and oh no, you're like in a weird curse trance. I can't converse with you. This is unfortunate. Can I
You
talk to
can.
you? Oh,
You can.
you're doing really great out here, bud. I am so proud of you. You really oughta you really do deserve these powers. I'm just gonna put that out there, let that hang for a bit. And I'm just gonna flick him on the forehead and give him the power to morph.
Frankie, you are instantly morphed into the green
Oh,
ArcaKnight Ranger. The stun effect is removed as well due to the crit that Schrodinger had on their roll.
Plus, you're one of my favorites, like in all the multiverse. Like, I like this version of Frankie. There are a few others that had like 2 heads. That was pretty cool, but like this one's pretty neat.
Like I morph and just like twitch into attention. Thanks. Okay, this is a lot better. Fuck.
Have at it, bud.
As I stay my arm still morph but stuck in the thing.
Marcia,
What the hell am I gonna do? How many Draugr are around?
currently there's 1 Draugr remaining, one of these armored Draugr remaining, and then the red Necronite that Gina has locked and positioned into like a one-on-one combat.
I am gonna get closer to that 1 Draugr.
Okay.
Can I summon my Blade Blaster?
Yes, you can, but you would essentially be sending the Feywind bow away and then summoning the Arc Wand into your hand.
Right. So I do that.
Okay.
How close can I get to this Draugr?
With your movement, you could get just about 10 to 15 feet away from it because it hasn't had its turn in initiative to move, so it was in that process.
So I get as close as possible to it, and I shoot it.
Make that targeting roll.
Ooh. That is a 17.
Just barely hits.
Okay.
So that does 1 point of damage to them, correct?
That's 2 energy damage actually.
2 energy damage. Awesome. Alrighty, so with this shot, sending the Feywind bow away, summoning the Arc Wand, and then taking fire, you see the breastplate that they're wearing kind of get knocked to the side as the shot hits and moves through it, hitting the physical form underneath. Sends them stumbling back for a second, but then they still continue moving forward.
Okay. Are any of my teammates next to me or closer to it?
The only one who would technically be the closest to it would be Gina at this point in time, but Gina is currently like in that standoff with the Red Necronite.
Okay, cool. I was just if I could get in between it and somebody else, I would do that, but I probably can't.
You're already in between it and the rest of the others who are over by Frankie at this point.
Cool. This is
Alrighty.
ideal.
Dior,
Question.
answer.
I'm not morphed,
No.
but would it be possible that I could use Heart of the Team?
Part of the team.
Yeah.
Let me double check that real quick. You all have so many cool powers. You don't need to be more for Heart of the Team.
Fantastic. I am going to kind of like kick myself away from where the jogger is and look over where I see Gina and just, you got this. You're pretty much the only person I can think of that actually be able to do anything about that. So do what you do best. And I'm going to give you an upshift to your role of any role that you want.
Nice.
And since that's my
Thank
free
you.
action, no problem. As that's my free action, I'm going to Frankie just morphed. Can I grab onto the no.
Frankie
I'm gonna just be
morphed after Schrodinger like tapped him on the forehead.
Yeah, I'm
And
just
you saw the morphing grid get forcibly activated by Schrodinger.
just
It
gonna
wasn't
look
because
to,
of the weight.
I'm just gonna look to Schrodinger and just please.
Sorry, I don't speak sign language. I'm great at French, though.
Morph me.
Is that French?
I already died once today.
Sounds like a skill issue.
Oh,
I'm gonna take
end
the
your
defensive
turn, Dior?
action. I would take the
Okay.
defense.
Up next, Frankie.
Hate you.
So my one arm's still in this jogger, right?
No, it had already it had broken away. and
Oh, okay.
collapsed
I killed
apart
that
when
one.
Peter
Got
stabbed
you,
it through the
got you. I
arm.
missed that part. Okay, so how many are left?
There's one Draugr left, and then the one the Red Necronite that is in the standoff with Gina.
Okay, that seems personal. Roll for it. If I roll high, I'll help Gina. If I roll low, I'll go for the Draugr. Hey, roll high. I'm gonna do the Power Ranger jump and
I
land
got
behind the
this, it's
Necronite.
fine.
I don't want to attack him. I want to put it in a full Nelson for Gina.
Okay. So give me a grapple.
Actually, could I attack but just use the antlers? Like not do damage, just use the antlers to grapple it if I hit?
Yeah, that's essentially what we're going to be going for.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Power weapon. I will burn the personal power point if this hits. I'm gonna burn a story point because that was bad, and I rolled my shit. I'm gonna not use the Ranger dice because they hate me today, apparently. That's better. 23.
23
Yeah.
against his invasion. You are able to grapple him. So leaping over the top of everyone else behind the Necronite. Gina, you see Frankie fully morphed. Nobody else has, or tried or had the capability to do so. But as he appears behind the red Necronite, you see him move the gauntlet behind them, and the antlers wrap around the red Necronite, locking him into place in front of you.
Well, I will do.
Awesome. Now, at the end of the initiative order, Chris, check your messages real quick. The one free Draugr goes rushing towards Marcia because Marcia is in between everyone else, and you had just taken that shot at it. As it rushes forward, you see it raise this large maul, this like twisted and gnarled piece of concrete with these like plates of metal pushing out of the sides of it. And it is going to make an attack at you with it.
I was muted. Uh-oh.
That is an 11 against your toughness. Oop, you
I was
muted.
muted again. 13.
13. Okay. Just misses. Like it goes to swing, and you take that quick step back, raising the arc wand up, pointing towards them as they miss this swing into you. They drag it across the floor and go to make a second swing down, and that one misses. Again, hitting almost like it's hitting the same spot over and over again each time. Gina and Frankie, as you are both there contested with the red Necronite, you hear Bones scream again from within the armor as it starts to twist and pull and engorge and become large and continue to grow and grow and grow until it pushes the antlers almost off of its body and starts breaking through the ceiling of the food court.
Oh.
Glass falling, stone hitting the
Mm.
ground. The carousel is like being pushed all the way back against Wizard Queen and Sandwich Queen. It's just getting worse until
Not
it
Sandwich Queen.
until it is now gargantuan.
I really
This
wanted to buy a
large-
Whooper after this.
I really wanted to activate my new ability.
This large, almost car-like entity. The tires have these large spiked chains wrapped around it. The hood of it is like snapped open into this like strange jaw-like formation. The like inner engine portions are forming the chest. The pipes are forming the legs as it grows and grows.
Zords.
As we move to the top of initiative now, Gina, what would you like to do?
I don't know. Before that happened, I had an idea and sent you a message, but now it doesn't work anymore. Oh shit.
You can still try. You can still try that.
I'll try it. I'll try it. I'll try it. Okay, so Gina can still feel that she can't connect to the grid in a normal way. But like she reaches down within herself because seeing this is really freaking her out and making her question. So she reaches inside of herself and tries to find a new place to draw some energy from so she can morph. And she's gonna try this. Can't, like, what should I do?
Okay, so with this new form that you are attempting,
Mm-hmm.
give me a martial arts roll.
Okay. Okay.
Upshift you can use, remember.
I'm gonna spend a story point.
Okay.
And reroll. Yes, 19 total.
19 total. You can feel the energy coursing from Saren.
Awesome. She feels that energy and just like takes half a step forward and like does a pose. And it says, change the chapter, mythic form, lightning Kage form.
As you all watch Gina call upon the mythic form of the yellow ArcaKnight Ranger, the jacket that forms over the ArcaKnights in their Ranger form snaps closed at the top, a hood appearing and pulling over the front. You can see the kit tonfa that was set for the yellow ArcaKnight Ranger gain these long, sharpened blades along the base of it, with a semblance of chain coming off of the handles, wrapping around the arm, as if to be thrown and then called back, or used to climb or attack multiples at once in a small area around them. As Gina has now taken the mythic form of the Lightning Kage ArcaKnight Ranger.
All right, and this kind of breaks my character a little bit, but I love it. All right, so I'm going to be dealing lightning energy from now on, and also my damage that I do increases from 1 to 2. And I also have an edge on all speed-based skills, so that also goes along with my supercharged essence for speed, and this is just going to be really wild. All right, cool.
Oh, yeah.
And then I am going to try to do a Tai Li and just like strike this creature in a way that will actually, because lightning energy does stun damage, I'm going to try to block off the energy that lets it try to move.
Alrighty, give me that attack roll.
And I get to re-roll the 20. All right, so that is a 21 total.
21 total. All right, let me
Oh, and
grab
I'm also
those.
gonna be spending a personal power to make a triple strike attack on this.
Alrighty, give me those 2 other attack rolls as well. While I grab this stat pool.
That's a 17. All right, so that is a 22 total on the second one.
Okay, so
And
21, 22.
then I still can only use the D2 for my follow-up attack until next level. All right, and that one is a 20 with a 2 on the D2, so technically that's a crit. And I think what happens is like she literally, like, as it grew, she is going to like wall run up it and strike at the joint in the hip, and then spin around, like spin backwards and doing like a half jump thing to strike the other hip. And then as that happens, she's going to use that, push herself up, and just like yeah, she's got a helmet. She's gonna try headbutting it for the final strike.
Hell yeah. So you're doing 6 points of damage altogether.
Yes.
Oh wait,
lightning
no.
damage.
You'll do 4 points of damage because the 20 does not hit.
The 20
The 20
doesn't
does
hit?
not hit.
Oh, damn.
So you do 4 points of damage as
alright.
the red Necronite begins this transformation and becoming this large creature. The stun effect will hold for the first round. As we jump over now, Peter.
Still can't morph, yeah?
You're feeling the energy is starting to pick up.
All right. And the dude's getting real big, yeah?
Real big. Starting to break through the roof of this place big.
Okay. I can't morph. I just have my spear.
You can call your Zord without
I was
being
about to be like, Cinder, can we call bigger you?
Cinder doesn't answer, but you see a notification stating that the Red Dragon ArcaKnight Zord is en route.
Kick ass. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna summon my Zord. And then as he's like busting through everything, I'm just gonna wait for the right moment to make it all cool, where I'm gonna like jump off a balcony into my Zord, and to go fight this big thing.
Got it. You want to morph when you jump too?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Alrighty.
Yep.
Schrodinger.
I'm resisting the urge to shoot that Zord out of the sky. How's ever so Gina went and attacked the guy. Peter's waiting. What's Frankie and Dior up to? What and Marcia, what are they up to?
I was grappling the guy as he was transforming, so
so you're like
I'm probably at his feet right now.
So you're like around Marcia, Dior, what you guys up to?
Dior's right next to you. Marcia's right next to you.
So what you guys up to? Got any plans after this? Or?
I want so badly to shoot you right now.
You know what?
Try, but then I would get a free shot.
You know what? I really hate to say this, but I'm actually really happy that you're here.
Really? Why's that?
Just to look back up at what's happening right now. Because I spent my entire existence thinking that technology made perfect sense, that emotions don't. But now I get that even technology can be very, very chaotic. And that's fine. I'm okay with that.
Well, as long as you're okay with it. Just gonna flick Dior on the head and give them some morphin energy.
Alrighty. Give me
Also,
that again. D20, D4, D2 roll.
Watch it fail. It's gonna be so funny if it fails. Oh, it didn't. It wasn't a crit, but it was a 19. 4 is a 3, so 22, and then the D2 is another 2, so 25.
23.
23.
You take the D20 and then the highest of whatever the other dice are.
Oh, in that case, yeah, 23.
Alrighty. You give him the nice little flick to the forehead. Dior, you are automatically morphed into the Black ArcaKnight Ranger.
Also, tell Zordon to like get his own fucking body. And am I also able to call my Zord? I just think it'd be really funny to like crash that shit.
Now, are you calling Chofan to become the Cheshire Phantom Zord, or are you making the Looking Glass become the Phantom Ship?
Does the Phantom Ship have guns on it?
Yes, it does.
Okay, sick. You know what? We haven't heard much from my familiar lately. I'm gonna call them out. Was it Chofan?
Mm-hmm. Do you call out to Chofan?
Chofan, it's time to get big.
Schrodinger, that's
We
it's
never established a proper way to call you. You're just gonna have to deal with it until I figure that out.
It's just uncomfortable. And then you see Chofan like walk out from between your legs as if they had been there the whole time. Give that whole like long cat stretch and then start to grow in the middle of this mall.
I love my job as I'm gonna just kind of jump on top of there, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna command Chofan to like attack anything. Not really distinguishing between the two teams.
Whatever looks like a problem, attack it.
Whatever seems like it would be annoying to deal with.
Awesome. Marcia.
So, I have now gotten closer to this Draugr, yes?
Yes.
I'm gonna shoot it again.
There's another right at it.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it. Give me that roll.
Ooh. I got a 20. And because I rolled a 2 on my D2 as well, um, roll 20 tells me that's a critical success.
Yes, it is. Awesome. So that's another 2 points of energy damage to this Draugr, which as it leaves the arc wand and connects into him, you watch him explode into the gathering of rubble and black and purple dark morphing grid energy dissipate away from the body. As you are center of initiative, your morpher now alerts you that you are capable of morphing in this moment.
Aha! So I want to do a thing because I forgot that I never actually qualified a thing with you. Because I could do supersonic form. I'm not gonna transform yet, but I'm just gonna take out my phone and go, Corellian, are you there?
Yeah.
Do you want to do something silly?
I mean, that's like an obvious question, Marcia.
And then I'm gonna end my turn here.
All right. Dior.
I morphed. Take out the phone. Chiron needs Cerberus real bad right now.
Already en route.
Fantastic. Love you, buddy. I'm gonna shove the phone back into the space that it exists in. Is there a Draugr still alive?
No, that was
Cool.
the last Draugr.
Cracks knuckles. Frankie, I'm gonna do something stupid I learned from you, and I'm going to summon the axe and charge at the giant thing with the axe and just try to hit it.
A single tear comes down Frankie's face.
Give me that attack roll.
This is my power weapon.
So proud.
I already died once today. This is fine. It's always when I declare that I'm going to do something stupid that I get rolls like this. Dirty 20.
Does not hit.
Yeah, I knew it wouldn't.
Winging the Cerberus axe, rushing forward, yelling out to Frankie, I learned this from you! You go to cut into, and it connects with the, like, car exhaust parts that are forming into the leg of this monstrous form, and just gives a reverberating echo through it.
Didn't quite work, but I get why you do it. Good job, bud. And I'm gonna give you where'd you go? I'm gonna give you you got this, so you're going to gain some temporary hit points.
Hell yeah. Frankie.
Okay, I checked my phone. I'm guessing Rowan's on the way.
You have 2 options.
That's what I was hoping you were going to say. I want to Power Ranger jump to the top of one of the buildings nearby and pull out a very familiar dagger flute and start playing.
Schrodinger.
Oh my god, the dragon flute trumpet!
A Morphing Grid relic has appeared nearby and has been activated as the ancient power of the Dragon Zord is summoned through playing of the dragon flute dagger. So for this wonderful situation, normally when the Rangers call their Zords, it takes a certain amount of rounds, which is why they're making the attempts to call them at this point as the monster is starting to grow. For the green Dragon Zord, there is no round count for its appearance. It just appears.
1v1 this dude. Let's go.
So
Wait,
you
can we
have,
combine swords?
you can,
Yeah, can I just combine the dragon sword and Rowan?
not with Rowan. You can't combine it with Rowan, but there
Okay.
is somebody with an amorphous Zord that can combine with any other Ranger's Zords in existence.
Best
Do you
friend
trust me with
tonight.
the
Let's
area.
go.
Do you trust me with the power of the Dragon Zord?
I mean, I still have somewhat of a control with the flute. I'll just stay on top of it. It'll be okay. Oh man, but yeah, I'm down to let the Phantom ship dock on the back of the Dragon Sword if that happens.
It's not the Phantom ship. It's,
Oh,
it's
it's
called
the
the
cat.
Phantom
Oh my
Sword.
god, it's the Dragon Cat sword.
Dragon Cat Zord.
Is this happening? I need to
Yes,
know.
it's
so that
happening.
I can-
Dragon? The
100%,
Dragon Zord
yeah.
with cat ears?
So, as
That's
the
the
call
only
is made,
difference.
Schrodinger, you allow the Cheshire Phantom Zord to merge with the Green Dragon Zord,
God.
leaping across the area as the Red Necronite is finishing its transformation into the monstrous form. The large cat paws of the Cheshire Cat Zord wrap over the shoulders before flipping up and over and creating like this sashed cover, like almost like a scarf that's just hanging around the back of the neck and the rest is left hanging towards the front. And inside each of them you could see rows of open cannon holes for missiles or ranged attacks of some kind. The cat's head moves over the top of the Dragon Zord, leaving the ears pointing directly up with a row of the dragon spikes between the middle as the mouth drops open and you can see this like weird twisted grin of a face appear underneath. The Dragon Zord's legs fold into itself, giving this more agile approach and attack form as the tail splits and moves over the arms, becoming two long shield-like blades on the ends of it. As the mythic Jabberwocky Zord.
Oh my god.
formed.
Let's fucking go.
I'm just gonna shout down at Frankie, "This is why you're my favorite!
I love you!
I love you too, dude!"
What the fuck?
I hate to
and
interject, but
as
that's
it
fucking
as it
badass.
finishes morphing, can I land on its head?
Absolutely.
Just standing up
Fuck
here?
yeah. I'm just gonna stand on
Yeah,
its head.
both of you are now standing on the top of it.
Can
Are we
hold
just
hands,
like
or-
are we just like locked in like we were on Rowan, or like I was on Rowan before?
Yes.
Perfect. I just
Alright,
hold out a fist, just like without even looking at Schrodinger.
There's a blast of purple and green smoke and sparks
Oh my
as the
God.
as the knuckle touch happens.
We're so cool.
And I just end the turn going, let's do this, and I just lift the flute up, and that's all on the turn.
The
Oh, this is
Necronite
great.
is still transforming. This will be the last turn of its transformation into the monstrous form.
Mhm.
Gina, Peter, Gina, Peter, Marcia, and Dior. You can sense the Zords are now nearby.
I hope so. I'm jumping off a ledge.
So starting with Gina, Saren in the Lightning Kitsune Zord form, you could feel is nearby, and you have the capability to teleport via a bolt of lightning directly into the cockpit at this point. You're muted.
Gina will just like say, "Great job, Saren. We got this," and then just like teleport into the pit, into the cockpit, and then just like have the like animation of the kitsune running towards the field. And shoot, where is my, I am looking for my Zord. I think I didn't transfer it to the sheet. I have to go into our message logs.
Yeah, it's in our message with each other. It's pinned.
All right, cool. Yeah, so immediately as I'm running forward, I think I am going to go ahead and do the, where is it? I know there was something like that. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that. I am going to go ahead and like as I get closer, within like once I hit 50 feet, that way I'm in the short range away from it. I am going to go ahead and do a forbidden flash. Have the, so I can try to blind this Zord for this round, because if it's completing its transformation, I don't want it to hit my friends.
Got it. Go for it.
What skill does that technically use?
It's a D6 skill, so D20,
Okay.
D6.
All right, that's just a 17, but it is a crit. I rolled a 6 on the D6.
Okay. It does miss, but you are able to orient the blades from the forbidden flash to be prepared to make attacks to protect the Zord if they decide to move in on you.
All right, cool.
Alrighty. Then
That'll be my turn.
up next, Peter.
Yeah.
The red dragon ArcaKnight Zord has flown just low enough for you to make the
I'll do
jump and
cool,
morph.
like a cool like barrel roll morph, and then land into the cockpit. And
Hell
then seeing as all 5 Zords aren't here, we can't form the Megazord.
Not currently yet.
No. So then what I'm gonna do is, how big is the Necronite monster compared to my Zord?
The full red dragon ArcaKnight Zord standing like on its hind legs would be the same height as the red Necronite monster.
Excellent. I'm gonna plant my claws in its shoulder, and I'm gonna try to go up.
Alrighty, give me that claw attack roll first.
Yes. Okay, got my Zord stats here. Claw attack is D20 and a D8. D20, 18 plus 7. So that's a lot. That's a 25.
25 just hits.
So it's gonna deal 2 sharp. And I'm gonna keep that and just try to like, I'm trying to yank it off of the ground so that I'm gonna kind of just dangle him like a punching bag for the rest of the group. Just Harry.
Give me the bronze skill check from the Zord, which should also be a D8 skill.
Yeah. So D20. Oops, that sucks. And D8. It's a total of a 6.
Not able to get it off of the ground. You have the claws dug in and the wings are pushing, but you are not able to lift it off of the ground.
All right. Well, it's there.
Alrighty. Schrodinger, since you and Frankie just had that wonderful masterpiece of a turn, I hope you don't mind if I move to my other two rangers who are bringing their Zords in.
I have one small thing I would like to try.
And what would that be?
So you said earlier, right, that there was no way to distinguish which of these was the red turbo key.
Yes.
Can I shapeshift my morpher into the turbo brace? Because when you put it in, it shows you what color it is.
You
Because it has
absolutely
R,
can.
R through whatever.
You absolutely can.
I'm just gonna after our sick fist bump, I'm gonna look at Frankie and just say, "You want to try something really stupid?"
That's my MO.
God, I love you. As I'm gonna take my brace and transform it into the turbo brace, and I'm just gonna go through keys and see which one is the red one.
All right, give me a d6 roll.
Oh, here we go. Oh shit. I need to stop rolling off the 4.
Earlier, when I asked you to roll the d6 for which bracelet you put on the unsuspecting bone, it was the 4. Immediately, the Phantom Morpher brace moves from being the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers belt buckle on your waist up to your wrist, becoming the Turbo Morpher. And you're like, all right, one of these has to work. Red.
The rest are souvenirs. I'm sad I missed Zio though, as if that's all I can do with my turn, that's fine. I just wanted to
Okay.
figure out which one was the key.
You figured it out.
We'll make our moves
Marcia,
after.
Okay. So
which Zord are you calling?
I'm calling the Almirage Allegory Sword.
Awesome. So for the rest of you, normally you see the pink hair rabbit form of the Lady Queen Tamarit become the then Fey Queen form in Zord. The rabbit doesn't change. The rabbit instead, moving forward, you see a large unicorn horn pull from the center of its ears, and even the color of the fur shifts to this like silken white with like just the barest hints of pink beneath the white as it leaps into the battlefield in front of the rest of you, as Marcia now commands the allegory, the Almirage Allegory Zord. What would you like to do with that?
While it's arriving, I would like to, because I haven't actually morphed yet, I am going to spend one personal power to go supersonic.
Let me send it to you.
Yes, please.
Oh, it's so good. We're getting all the cool stuff now.
I imagine while this is happening, Tamarit is like, this is a terrible idea.
Tamarit the whole way is like, I love that you trust my brother, darling. But that is a mistake many mortal have made over countless eras since he has walked the mortal plane.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine, Queen, I promise.
It's sent to you.
I love this so very much. Change the chapter. Mythic form. Moonlight cleric form.
as the robes, the jacket of the pink ArcaKnight Ranger opens completely. The blessings of the Fey realm, you see trees that are like an open grove formed over the armor with a crescent moon within the center, its light rays drifting down, changing the bottom of the duster jacket into this like thin silvered veil over Marcia's new form. You can see that the Feywind bow has now become the face shot ballista. It now can be set in front and drawn with one hand, firing 5 arrows at once. As the Moonlight Cleric form has been shown.
Okay. And I will teleport. Does the Almirage have a cockpit, or will I be standing on top of it?
The Almirage does have a cockpit.
Okay. I teleport into the cockpit.
As you teleport into the cockpit, there's just like this beautiful chair within it, like almost throne-like chair with this like soft white velvet seat cushion to it. None of the other controls that were in the Fey Queen Zord form are there. It is just a chair.
Okay, this will take some getting used to.
You take the seat within and you hear the voice of Corellin say, "I'll do what you ask just this one time, because it looks like fun."
It will be, I promise.
As you now command the Almirage Allegory Zord.
Okay.
Dior.
I'm just summoning my Zord, man. I don't got this cool form stuff yet.
It's almost time. It's almost time. We're
It's
getting
nearly
there.
It's nearly there.
You summon the Cerberus Zord. As it appears, you see a Zord that you are not familiar with, but almost immediately identify. As you see the blue Jiraiya sword resting on the center head of the Cerberus as it comes into battle.
Imagine when he teleports like a Hellfire port just into the Zord. We have a new friend joining us, it seems.
Told you I could help even from here.
Fantastic. Well, there's one thing I know how to do. Hey, Ugly, when you see this light, walk towards it. And I'm going to send out a Hellfire to directly at the...
Yes. Alrighty, D6 skill.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a nat 20 and a nat 6.
Double crit hits.
Best girlfriend vibes.
You deal 2 points of fire damage, and with that double crit, the Jiraiya Zord, you watch it form into a helmet over the center head of the Cerberus Zord, and as it does so, the eye ports pull back, and you see 2 darts fire out of it, connecting with the red monster form as well. As the Jiraiya dart cannon goes off and connects, dealing an additional 2 points of damage.
Let's go.
With all of the Zords gathered, the new Jabberwocky Fabled Zord, the Allegory Almirage Zord, the first appearance of the Jiraiya ArcaKnight Zord, 2 powered up transformations of our Lightning Kage and Moonlight Cleric. That is where we were going to end for tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for being here. We will pick this up again in 2 weeks on the 28th. As always, I love
Hell
all of
yeah.
my Rangers here. Amazing story. Love having you all here. And it's a reason to have to get Chris back in for another session. So
Part 3. The Schrodinger Chronicles.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we do have to wrap up pretty fast because one of our members does have to go and be an adult. So we'll have everybody just give your socials and
Adulting's
the
bad.
player,
No.
the Ranger you were playing tonight. And we will start with Chris.
I am Chris, also known as Hamasamakun on all social media platforms. I was Schrodinger, the Cheshire Phantom Ranger, who also doubles as a really good villain sometimes.
Hell yeah.
Part-time
Krimsin.
thief.
Hey all, up in Crimson Galaxy
Full-time.
again. That is Krimsin, because I'm not me without a little bit of sin. Today I was playing Gina the Yellow Ranger, and you can find me on socials either at sin_gal or crimson_galaxy or crimson_galaxy_RPG. Just find me. It'll be easy.
Javante.
Hi, howdy y'all. I'm Javante, a resident TTRPG goblin. I played Dior, the Black Arcanite Ranger. You can find me on my single social media of Javante, JHEV as in Victor, AUNTE, where I mostly just talk about TTRPG stuff. If you're curious where else you can find me, catch me still here on Initiative Order next Wednesday, where I do Dante's Inferno, A Guide Through Hell. Or you can also find me at Traveler's Tales this Saturday, where I'll be DMing a game of Modern Cthulhu.
Nice. Brandon.
Hello, it has been me, Brandon O'Brien. I am a poet, writer, and game designer from Trinidad and Tobago. You can find me almost everywhere on the internet at The Rising Tides. That's TITHES. I have a website, brandonobrien.xyz, which is also my newsletter. And you can also find me at speculatorstuff.com, where I also GM games sometimes, and at therisingtides.itch.io, where I make my own TTRPGs, including Hero Revolution, an upcoming Kamen Rider inspired RPG that I'm very close to having figured out, so you might hear some things about it very, very soon.
Grab your
Alec.
hands. Hello, everyone. I'm Alec, or Alec the Bard, everyone on the internet. I've been Peter the Red Ranger, and I'm proud of you. I don't know.
Thanks, Dad. Our tech support here and moderator, Pluto.
Hey everyone, I'm Pluto, a non-binary bisexual streamer and game master and a community leader here at the Initiative Order. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Pluto Cleric. And I will be having the penultimate episode of Dresden Files Accelerated just in time, Dresden's Fate tomorrow. In last episode, we just found out Dresden himself is the big bad guy that they have awaited them. So, see how this goes for them all. But yeah, that's it for me.
And I have been your grid master, Will, or ArcLightCourt. Find me all over social media at ArcLightCourt or at ArcLightCourt Games. Thank you all for joining us here tonight for ArcaKnights of Power Rangers actual play series. And remember that if it's Monday, it's morphin' time. Have a
Yee.
good one.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.